Just going for a short walk. A short walk. You know, there were a couple things that he said to me that struck me as odd. You know, so many false assumptions about me. And then, he brought up not wanting to tell me about his new whatever person he was seeing. Well, he did say that he would be seeing her again. He got along and he, you know, enjoyed her company or whatever. He did say he didn't want to tell me about it. I was curious, you know, like, oh, what, you know, what's she like, you know, like, you like her, you gonna see her again? Yeah, I was genuinely interested. Just, you know, I didn't know that things were gonna end out the way that they did with us. I thought we were gonna stay friends, somewhat. I don't know. And then he complained about. He said he didn't want to tell me her name because he thought I was gonna like do something, and then he mentioned because with Teresa, his ex-wife, you went and contacted her. But this is while we were still together, and I had a flight booked to come out and see him, and we had already been together for roughly almost like 5 years. Like, how do I not and you know, so my suspicion is that, you know, maybe over the past couple of years with his little, you know, meetups with her and stuff like that, meeting up with her for lunch and, you know, going to her house to put things together for her and help her out and stuff. And, you know, meanwhile I'm on the other end, you know, and you know, being in touch with her and talking to her and asking for her help on stuff and stuff like that. So my suspicion is that, you know, maybe over the past couple years that we had, you know, been doing our thing, that he'd been slowly sort of building up building back something with her. And you know, because why would you object to, like, if you really want to maintain this friendship with her, and she was your ex-wife, which, you know, you guys were together for a long time, you know, from what you've told me, like, you really tried hard to fix things, you know, guys went to therapy, and you went, you know, she got a book and tried to fix things, and told me that, like, you know, she told him that she used to wake up crying because he wasn't there anymore, and her sister had told him that if he didn't come and see her in South Africa, that her sister was afraid she was going to commit suicide. And so he does all this stuff for her, And, you know, it's real important to him to maintain a friendship with her and stuff. And then he said, he'd say comments to me like, well, it's not like I don't like her. Well, it's not like I dislike her, something. Well, you know, I like her much better, you know, now that we're friends. Some of the things that he had said about her in the past, like, you know, I don't know, he would say like, oh, it's probably not that case anymore with her. She's probably not like that anymore. Just little comments here and there. And so, oh yeah, and then lying to me about having, like, tracking her location and stuff, and then you know, keeping that a secret, and then, you know, like that they track each other's location and blah blah blah, and, you know, and then so when he in 2021, yeah, in September of 2021, when we were you know, I didn't know about any of that, but then you know, we were patching things up a little between us, and then I said, so are you tracking her on that app? And he said, no, I don't think so, no. Oh, I don't know. That's a lie. I know it was. So I said, oh yeah. Well, why don't you show me? Come on, show me that. So he pulled out his phone, and of course, it was. You know, if you're tracking someone's location and you've got them added on an exclusive location tracking app, I mean, why do you need to do that with your ex-wife who, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why do you need to do that? And you're in the same city and you're not together. Yeah, that was weird. So, you know, and then to tell me that he thought I would try to contact one of his new, you know, dating people because of that. He's just like, what? So, good morning. Because of that, because, you know, but it's like, so there were all these lies about her, like about her to me, and then me to her. Like, he didn't, for some reason, he didn't want to admit to her or tell her that we were together. Like, it was like this secret. And yet he was still organizing to have, like, you know, meet up with her and, you know, talking to her and stuff like that. So anyway, then so yeah, just to say, like, you know, oh, I'm afraid that you're gonna, you know, because look what you did with Teresa. Dude, like, how do you, that's not the same at all. Like, how do you put those two things together and call them the same? They're not. There's no A equals A there, like, it, or even A equals B, like, and then B equals C, so A equals C. No, sorry, that's not really, anyway, so my suspicion is that, you know, possibly over, you know, past couple of years, that he and I were working on things that, he was building back in an emotional attachment with his ex-wife. And then, you know, trying to hide that fact from me. And, you know, keeping a secret like that is also something that can destroy a relationship, you know, near or far, you know, whether you're with them or not, you know, like, I don't know, I actually quite liked sometimes, you know, like the time away from each other, we could, I don't know, we could focus on doing our own thing and stuff like that, and it was always really great when we did see each other. But so there was that, and then after we had after when we broke things off in January, I said, you know, you should just get back with your ex-wife. You know, why don't you should just do that, you know? Like, at least, you know, you grow old with somebody who's, you know, like, you know each other, you like her, you know, like, you get along, you have a lot of the same, you know, values and stuff, you know? And all he did was say, oh, that would just be weird. Not like, no, I'm not going to do that because there was a reason I left that relationship, you know, like it was almost sort of like, well, like he would worry what I'd think about him or something, or like, I don't know, or what someone would think of him or something like that. And then there was the thing about, like, when I was there in August, he told me that he was embarrassed to, like, about me telling Teresa that I was there. He was embarrassed. Wow. You know, it just makes all those texts of like, I've never felt anyone like this about anyone except you. You know, you're my one and only. I love you so, so much. And there's, you know, nothing could compare. And I'm so happy to be with you. And I've never loved anyone as much as you, and all of that stuff. You know, it just makes it so, like, you know, is any of that actually true? Or was that, like, you know, was any of that true? Like, I mean, I was so amazed by it that I was just like, I don't know if he was, you know, was he trying to, like, overcompensate for his, you know, something he felt he didn't achieve or live up to in his last relationship, you know, like, and use me as the, you know, person to practice all that on. I don't know, but because it was so special to me, I whenever he would send me something really sweet, or there was a beautiful exchange between us, I would take a picture of it, a screenshot of it or something. It's like love letters, you know, like, I like to keep that stuff, you know. And it was just for me, you know. At that time I just was like, you know. And eventually hundreds. I mean, in our first, 2 or 3 years, basically, first 3 years or so, I had hundreds of these kinds of messages. Like, I had a collection of them. And then when he, let's see, I think it was in 2019, first time he, called it quits. I kept them, and I sent him some of them and said, like, remember this? You remember feeling this way about me? And you remember how, like, wasn't this real? Was it? I don't know. It sure was nice at the time, It was, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what? Wow. Is this real? And I even said that to him a few times, Like, I can't believe this is real. Are you real? But he wanted me to trust him, so I did. But it just makes me wonder, like, maybe the past 2 or 3 years of us, he was slowly building back something with his ex-wife. Don't know. I don't know for sure, but there's definitely clues that would point in that direction. It hurts, I really thought that he really loved me.